Hey everyone, John Greenwald here with theblackvault.com. I want to talk to you about something that was revealed about a week and a half ago. I didn't do a video on it simply because there wasn't a whole lot to say, but I did write about it on theblackvault.com in a very brief article and mention about an announcement by the Department of Defense's Office of the Inspector General. Now, here's that very brief article, if you even want to call it that. It was just more of a blurb, but talking about a memorandum that essentially was announcing an evaluation. I want to stress evaluation versus an investigation on how the Department of Defense has essentially responded to the unidentified aerial phenomena issue. And here's the subject line: evaluation of the DoD's actions regarding the unidentified aerial phenomena. We plan to begin the subject evaluation in May of 2021. The objective of this evaluation is to determine the extent to which the Department of Defense has taken actions regarding unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAP. We may revise the objective as the evaluation proceeds, and we will consider suggestions from management for additional or revised objectives. Essentially, even the DoD OIG doesn't know what in the world they're going to be essentially evaluating because they're taking suggestions and obviously the scope can change. I reached out to the IG seeing if they could add anything. They didn't. It was just essentially pointing back to this memo. That's all there is to it. Now, there were some other places out there that were talking about, you guessed it, anonymous sources that were saying that this all stemmed from congressional leadership that was complaining about how the UAP issue was being handled. Now, that doesn't surprise me. It could be very well true, could be a good educated guess. Who knows? But it doesn't sound out of the ordinary. It sounds very plausible. What I did to essentially try and figure out, okay, well, who's talking to the IG, right? That somebody has to be talking to him. And if this was done by Congress, there's a paper trail. Because generally they don't pick up the phone and go, hey, IG, I got a problem with this. I need you to investigate or eval or whatever. Click. It doesn't really happen that way. They go through formal letter processes. I have another video on this channel just recently about how the congressional correspondence logs work. Everything is taken very seriously. Even the Department of Defense has specific protocols on how long to respond, so on and so forth. So essentially, I felt there was a paper trail if Congress got involved that sparked this. Well, I did a Freedom of Information Act request, which, hot off the press, just an hour ago from recording this, got the response. Let me pull up that. Here is the response letter from the Office of the Inspector General for the DoD. What I had requested was all correspondence, so it could be emails, letters, memos, whatever, from any member of the House or the Senate regarding unidentified aerial phenomena, unidentified aerial phenomena task force, UFOs, ATIP, or OSAP since January 1st of 2017. So I had tried to go all the way back to before ATIP was ever announced. Essentially, it's a little fishing expedition, but you do that for safety. You know, you don't want to make too short of a time frame because let's just say some senator wrote a letter complaining about how UAPs were being handled in December of 2018. And it wasn't until 2020 or 2021 that they got around to doing something about it. You want to make sure that you give enough time frame when you're doing FOIA requests to really solidify, if you come back with what I just got, really solidify that it is legitimate. They said that they found absolutely no correspondence of any kind from any member of the House or Senate regarding anything that I just mentioned. Now, does that negate that that is how this IG investigation was sparked? Meaning, did Senator Marco Rubio make a phone call and, demand that the IG take interest in this and do an eval or an investigation? It doesn't rule that out. It just makes it a little less likely. So those anonymous sources, whomever they are, that are telling some of the other places that are reporting that it was all done by Congress, well, according to the IG, there's no correspondence, no record of any correspondence of any kind about these topics. Whether or not that's a cover-up, who knows? I'm open to that too. But this is why I do not, I've said it a million times, do not like anonymous sources, because most of the time, not always, most of the time, nothing pans out. And when it doesn't, you can't do anything but just shrug your shoulders and go, it is what it is. Maybe one day those anonymous sources will contact me and tell me why they said it, because that will give me a little bit of a leeway to appeal and pursue it. Will I appeal anyway? First rule of FOIA, always appeal. I'll let you answer that one. Anyway, short and sweet, there's your quick blast. This is John Greenwald Jr. signing off. We'll see you next time.